Hello there, good people. Danny here from Nest of Plagues. I'm a frequent guest at the Reddit page of Screaming because I like to see how other people try out different techniques and maybe promote my teachings there and something. So, what I thought is that I would answer some of the questions that are here in a video because there are a lot of interesting questions as well. And yeah, so I'm not going to look at videos and recordings. I'm mostly going to look at the questions and going to answer that. Okay, so here's one interesting. So how you do Mongolian throat singing is basically you put that distortion down back to your vocal cords, or you distort the voice at the vocal cords. Yes, it's not. But you have to be careful not to do it with strength. It's actually a really easy, subtle movement to your vocal cords. It's like, so yeah, basically what you do is you put down your voice distortion down back to your chords, your own vocal cords. However, it's a very solid technique. You don't actually use your false chords. This time you use your vocal cords. And what are usually difficult is to find these techniques. Doing the techniques when you found it sometimes can be really easy. Finding the techniques is really difficult. Yes. How to sustain high false chords for a long time? You mean that you want to do it like for a long period of time, as in a way that it would sound the same for a long period of time, like. So what you do is you use your diaphragms to support that voice by not doing with strength. You are doing it with the control and the support of your diaphragms. Just how I do like a simple voice this way, like and if I put my diaphragm support, there is there are different techniques to try to learn this, but what's most important is to use your air, your breath really efficiently, and use your diaphragms really efficiently. Those are the most important things to do. Okay. Help, I've been screaming for 4 years now, and I can fry scream perfectly, but I can't get false chord down to save my life. No tutorial has helped me. Any suggestion? Well, first thing to know is that, however, I do think like 99% of the people are able to learn false chord properly. That 1% is usually like, I'm sorry to say that, but yeah, it's like usually comes down to that you are not able to relax yourself enough to get that type of vocals, or you are stressing way too much, or you are thinking more forward into the whole technique, and you already want the whole result, not the whole. You didn't want to practice the whole technique itself, but not to feel bad about this, because like you said, you can fry scream perfectly, so that's already pretty good. Like fry scream is kind of like the same, like it's a lot different, but has some same things that you use with the false chord screaming itself. So there are some things that are able to bridge there in the techniques. For example, to use your false chord in a way that you are using it to make a sound just from a sigh, like you do a technique. You try to crack that voice here, like that. Use that cracking voice down in your false chord. That this is how I normally sigh, and this is how I sigh when I do a false chord sound. So what you are trying to do is you are trying to create a false chord sigh with that, like, and put in, like I said, the diaphragms to support that. You control your breath much more, you control your air, and you are trying to push up the whole screaming up into your upper part of your mouth, as in a way that you do not want to come out from your, do not want to be sound like you're pushing it out from your mouth downwards. You're pushing it upwards, like if you would push it downwards, it would be like much more breathy, and that's the type of screaming as well, but it doesn't usually, sometimes it doesn't sound too good. So what you're really need a lot of patience for this. Of course, I'm pretty sure many people have said this to you, but yeah, it does require patience, and really start slowly from a sigh, and that from then on you try to improve your breath control, you try to improve the use of your diaphragm to support your voice, and you try to bridge the techniques from your fry technique to your false chord technique. Does being a good singer normally help screaming for songs? First off, does being a good singer normally help screaming for songs? Yes, absolutely, absolute fuckingly. Absolutely, it helps a lot. Like, this is unlike how many people think that this doesn't require melodies that much. Like, people that don't really get these type of techniques, or maybe are not into this music, they don't think that how much melodical training is required actually. Like, yeah, you are basically using the same muscles as you would use when you are singing. We're just doing it like in a much more intensity and with much more control to it. For example, when good singers, they distort their voice and they are doing like a oh, no, 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 like slow little screamings in their singing. They are doing the same kind of technique that deathcore vocalist and metalcore vocalist or groove vocalist and or death metal vocalist or thrash metal vocalists do. All we do is we are doing it for a longer periods of time, like that, da, 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 da. And also not to mention that, like I said, this is a really melodical thing. Apart from being melodical, it's also a rhythmical thing. But you use like you can distort different types of notes. Like you can actually do scales with it, like basically. So the more scales you are you are training with, the more scales you can sing and you practice, the more scales you can scream as well. So basically you are just screaming different types of notes, and you can use this to learn different types of raspy vocals and learn different types of melodies that a lot of singers use. Okay guys, that's it for today. If you are interested in a lesson from me, then hit me up on this email address. If you want to ask some questions from me, that would be pretty cool to answer too as well. So bye.